Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to talk about the interview. Now whenever we hire a candidate for the buy, we generally check for three things. The first, we check for the candidate's subjective knowledge. The second, we check for the pedagogical practices. And the third, we check for the certificates and qualification degrees which the candidate has done, right? In this way, the so-called interview process is divided into three stages. The first stage, which is going to check your subjective knowledge. The second, the pedagogical, and the third is going to be checking your qualification degrees. Okay. So now I'm going to give you a little brief about what these three stages consist of, and it is being initiated by whom and what is expected out of the candidate, right? Now, the first stage, assuming that you are applying from your home country, the first stage is initiated by the head of the department, accompanied by the deputy head of the department and a subject coordinator, right? This stage is going to be conducted via a Zoom link, and this is purely to check your subjective command, nothing else. So all the questions will be pertaining to your subject. The type of questions depends on your subject. It can be the multiple choice question, it can be the theoretical, it can be critical, it can be reflective type, it can be the case-based studies. Okay, so depending on you. If you're applying for a subject like science and mathematics or economics, then you can expect the questions which are numerical. So you are expected to write down the solution via the interview, click a picture and post it. Okay, so make sure that you are equipped and with a functional laptop with a camera and with the phone or something, so that you can click a picture on that very moment and create and send it on the Zoom link. Okay, so once this is done, you move to the second stage. Okay, the second stage is initiated by the principal, vice principal, head of the sections and the head of the department, right? This stage is going to check your pedagogical practices. This is the crucial stage. This is the stage which decides your selection, right? So we need to focus a lot about for this stage. Okay. Then comes to the third stage, which is conducted by the HR. And the HR just looks for the certification that you have done, whether the university from where you have done, is it eligible, is it not eligible, because sometimes what happened, the candidates applied for the job interview, they passed the subjective knowledge, they passed the second stage, and at the end turns out to be they have done their degree from a university which is not affiliated, or it is an open university, so that is also not eligible here, right? Okay, or they are still pursuing their Bachelor of Education. Okay, so many factors are there. Okay, what I would recommend you to concern about is this stage. Okay, this is you can do, because you are well experienced, so I'm expecting that you have a good command over your subject, so nothing to worry about this part and nothing to worry about this part. Okay, what we should really prepare is this stage, which is the second stage. Okay, now this stage is going to check your pedagogical practices, which has huge things. Okay, so number of things are going to be checked. The one is going to be checked about your, let's say, the classroom management skills. They're going to check about your teaching strategies. They're going to check about how do you conduct assessment, how do you check progress, how do you reduce the gap, how do you differentiate, because they are diverse learner and there are diverse cultural backgrounds. So how do you what we say, modify, improvise your lessons. Okay, you have to create your lesson plans. It is necessary for you to use a PowerPoint presentation. It is important, it is compulsory, mandatory to use the interactive screen. We are not using the chalkboard, or we are not using the whiteboard. We have an interactive screen, you have a pen, you have to use that. Okay, so PPT is a must, right? How you are involving parents in the children progress, how you are communicating, in how many ways, at what frequency, so all these things are consist of these stages. Okay, so this video was just to give you a little idea that the interview consists of three stages, because sometimes what happens, you get this interview call and you get your first round clear and you start having, start celebrating, and it turns out to be that there is another stage. And majorly there are two obstacle which I see, whenever I see the resume and I, conduct the sessions, take interviews and everything. What I see that to reach this stage, you need to have an amazing, appealing CV. So I get hundreds of CV. And trust me, we do not have time to read CV in detail. Nobody has. There are thousands of CVs every day we are receiving. So don't expect that the person is going to read your CV word by word. Your CV should be such that just with a look, it gives all the information, right? Okay. So in the next video, I can make or demonstrate or maybe showcase how an actual CV should look like, so that at least you get an interview call. The first thing is, most of the candidates are eligible. They're much smarter. They have subjective knowledge. They have the pedagogical practices. Their documents are done, but their curriculum vitae or their CV is not strong enough. It's not appealing. So that's the first thing. Because we don't know you in person. We don't know you. We don't know your expertise. We don't know anything. We are judging you on the basis of the curriculum vitae or your resume. So make sure that is a must. Improvise, fully appealing, going as per what is being expected. Everything is highlighted. Okay, so I can make a video on that, right? Okay. After that thing, once you get a call, this is done, because everyone is well versed, because everyone would be teaching for more than 3-4 years, and in 3-4 years the person, the teacher, the candidate is well versed with the details of the subject. This is the stage which requires a lot of preparation. But this stage consists of, as I mentioned, a lot of domains are there. The classroom management, what kind of questions you can expect, how to frame an answer, right? Okay, so all these things I am going to make a video, but of course one video is going to be pretty lengthy if I make on this stage, right? So what I'm going to do, on every domain I'm going to make a video. I'm going to showcase the question, what are the expected questions and what are your answers, how the answers should be, how you should speak or display or use the vocabulary. That really plays a huge role right now, right? Okay. And yes, once we are done, then we can move to the third stage, and yes, then we are good to go and we are welcoming you to this part of the world. So this video was to give you brief introduction about the stages of interview, and if you need some specific video on, let me know in the comments and I'll make it. Thank you so much and all the very best.